channel. It is almost 2025. I cannot believe it. And it's time for the annual New Year's video. I'm so excited. In this video, we are gonna do some reflecting on 2024, goal setting for 2025, and overall just getting motivated for a new year. So let's get into it. Similar to last year, the first thing we're gonna do is reflect on 2024. I'm just gonna go through all of my New Year's resolutions from last year and kind of evaluate, see if I did them or not. This really helps me when going into the new year because I can kind of figure out what goals I wanna try again, what I wanna change, what I wanna add. So my first resolution was to learn how to cook and do it at least 2 times a month, which I have done. Last year when I wrote out all my goals, I also wrote out realistic ways that I can complete them. And my way to achieve this goal was by getting HelloFresh. That helped me so much. It made it so easy just having like all the ingredients sent to me. I didn't really have to plan anything or grocery shop. This isn't sponsored, but that definitely did help me learn how to cook and just eat a little bit healthier. Next was invest in my personal style. I do feel like I did this one. It's not something that I can really measure, so it's hard to say. Next is have a good sleep schedule. Again, hard to measure. I did okay at this, but I think it could be better next year and we can tweak this one to be a little bit more specific. Next is read consistently. This I did not do. I have an issue with reading where I will get so into a book that I will do nothing but want to read, and it starts affecting my schoolwork and just anything that I actually need to do, I'm not doing. I'm just reading instead. So I purposely was not starting books at certain times of the year because I knew that it would just stop me from getting my work done. But I do want to work on that because I love reading and want to do it more often, but need to just like find a good balance. Next, I wanted to read more self-help books, and I specifically set the goal of 3. I did not do that. I have no excuse for that one. Next was post consistently on YouTube, which I feel like I did really well at except for December and kind of November too. The end of fall quarter really got the best of me. I was really struggling to just balance everything. I was pretty much only focusing on school. That's something that I can learn from and hopefully do better at next year. Next on my list was journal. I did not really do that, and I'm not mad about that one. It's just hard for me to get into consistently. This goal just felt a little bit forced. I want the journaling to happen organically, you know what I mean? So that's an example of a goal that I probably wouldn't set again next year just because my brain doesn't work like that, you know? And next was work out consistently at least twice a week. There were weeks that I did good at this and there were weeks that I didn't do this at all. So I'm gonna say I did not do this one, but I do have more of a plan for next year. So we'll talk about that in a bit. But last year, I also talked about how it was important to congratulate yourself and really acknowledge your achievements, because looking at this list is a little bit sad. I didn't do a lot of these things, but I still had a really great year. So I really think that you guys should just take some time, reflect on the year, and really think about all that you've accomplished, no matter how big or small it was. For me, this year, I feel like I worked really, really hard with school. I was very much out of my comfort zone and felt very challenged, but I still pushed through, got good grades. I'm almost done with college. I also traveled a ton this year. I left the country for the first time. As someone who has not really traveled much in their life at all before this year, that was really exciting. I made new friends, worked really hard on YouTube, went on my first brand trip. That was amazing. Yeah, overall, it was a great year. I'm proud of myself, and you guys should be proud of yourselves too. And now that we've taken a look at the previous year, assessed what did and did not work, what we liked and what we didn't like, now it's time to move forward and set some goals for the new year. I have set my goals, so I'll share them with you guys, and we're going to talk about how I'm planning on achieving these goals too. Before we get into that, I wanted to share with you guys a comment that I saw on last year's prepping for New Year's video that I think is really valuable. So this comment is from Jess Winter. They talked about creating SMART goals, which stands for specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. So an example they said was, by the end of the year, I will have myself regularly waking up and out of bed at 8 a.m. or earlier at least 6 out of 7 days of the week. It makes so much sense and is just a realistic way to set goals in a way that sets you up for success. So I kept that in mind. My first resolution was to work out twice a week. We're carrying this one over from last year, but this time I have more specifics. I'm planning on signing up for Pilates, which I did when I lived in LA and I really liked it, but I had the membership where you go once a week and that just wasn't enough. So this time I'm gonna sign up for the 2 times a week membership. That way I'm guaranteed to work out twice a week. And I know that's a workout that I like, so that does feel realistic for me. Next is wake up at or before 8 a.m. 4 days a week. And by that, I mean at least 4 days a week, hopefully more than that. I'm not setting the goal to wake up at or before 8 a.m. 7 days a week for a reason, because I know that's not realistic and I'm just gonna feel discouraged if I write that down and I don't do it, you know what I mean? And then I'm not gonna wanna do it at all, and I don't wanna have that all or nothing mindset. So my point is, make it realistic, because then you can exceed your own expectations and you're not having as much of like a toxic mindset about it. I hope that makes sense. My next goal is to eat out less. Now that I know the basics of cooking, I wanna do it more often. I actually wanna look into getting a vegetarian cookbook, and my goal is to only eat out max 2 times a week. That way I can go get dinner on the weekends or whatever, but for the majority of the week, I'm eating at home. That's something that I feel like I've struggled with recently, so I'm kind of just adding on to last year's goal and adjusting it to fix a problem that I've been struggling with recently, which is eating out way too much. My next goal is to read 5 books. This may sound really easy to all the readers watching this. For me, this was a way of being specific without like limiting myself too much. This year, I'm just gonna let myself read whatever I want to read. I just want to read at least 5 books, which should be a very easy goal. Next is clean for 15 minutes every day. Having a clean space is just so good for my mental health, and setting a timer for 15 minutes every day and cleaning whatever I can in the apartment will just help it always be clean instead of letting things pile up and just getting myself super stressed out. Another thing I try to do with my resolutions this year, especially these next ones, are put things that are also just fun for me. I feel like whenever I'm coming up with my New Year's resolutions, I'm focusing on health related things, but I want to add on to that with more goals that are going to help me be more consistent, I guess, at doing things that I like and that make me happy. So number 6 is actually book a wedding. If you've been watching my videos for the past few months, you might know that I want to be a wedding content creator. I did a wedding in September and I really loved doing it. It was really fun, and I think it's something that I am good at, and that's a career path that I want to pursue in the future after I graduate. It's gonna take a lot to get that started because I'm basically starting a business, so that's why my goal is to book 1 wedding and just get it going. Next is learn 3 new piano songs. Again, this is just a fun one. So I have this keyboard, but I haven't used it a ton, and I really want to be in the habit of practicing piano more often. It's something that I really enjoy, but I don't make time to do it for whatever reason. I actually started learning Popular from Wicked a couple weeks ago, so I want to keep doing that. Also, learning new songs takes me a long time, especially since I'm so out of practice, so that's why I only put 3. Next is start a photo book / scrapbook. It honestly makes me nervous thinking about how all of my pictures and memories are digital. I would love to have a physical book of all of my memories for the year and be able to look back on that in the future. I think there's something so special about that. So I'm deciding if I want to do just like a photo book or a whole scrapbook where I make it super creative and artsy and cute. I'm not totally sure because I know that that would be way more time consuming. So I'm gonna look into it and see if I can find any cute photo books where you just like put the picture in the plastic and it's super easy. And my very last resolution, it feels weird to have this as a resolution, but it's to grow out my hair. I got it done recently and I asked for a trim and there was much more cut off than I was expecting. When I was looking at my last year's New Year's resolutions video, my hair was so long and it looked so much healthier, and I missed that, and I've been missing that for a while. So that's something I want to work on. I didn't make these last 2 like measurable goals, especially because with my hair, like I don't know how much it's gonna grow. We'll see, but I'm planning on doing things to just take better care of it, like oiling my hair more often, doing scalp massages, different like treatments for it, things like that. So I know the last couple weren't as specific, but they're more fun, so it's fine. But something that I did last year that I want to do again this year is set reminders throughout the year to check in with my New Year's resolutions and just see how I'm doing with achieving my goals. Because I feel like what happens to most of us is January is the month that we are working towards our goals, and then after that we kind of forget about them. So what I did last year was set quarterly reminders. So April 1st, July 1st, and October 1st. Every 3 months you're kind of going in, looking at your goals, and even just like reevaluating, seeing what's working, seeing what's not, tweaking things if you're having trouble achieving your goal. But this year I actually want to do it every month. So on the 1st of every month, I'm going to set a reminder to evaluate my goals. This could be so simple too. You can literally just go on your notes app every month and look at your list of goals, even just to remind yourself of what they are. But that's my plan. That's my way of holding myself accountable. So yeah, those are all of my resolutions. I will keep you guys updated throughout the year. Now it's time to make a vision board. It is time to start on the vision board, which is honestly one of my favorite parts of the new year. So last year what I did was made my vision board very simple and intentional, and I really like the way that I did it. And so we're gonna recreate that this year. Instead of just making like a giant collage with like a ton of pictures, I'm gonna choose just one to align with each of my New Year's resolutions. I think that helps me focus on making it less like for aesthetic purposes and more for like visualizing my dream life, my dream self. I also stuck a few quotes on there that were very intentionally chosen. I really liked that too. The one thing I will say is I didn't find myself looking at my vision board very often, and I kind of wish I would have printed out maybe like a physical copy of it and just hung it up somewhere in my apartment so that I was constantly reminded of what I wanted my year to look like. But we have a solution for that. I'll talk about that in a little bit. Also, let me address the obvious. Some of you guys may have no clue where I am right now. I'm in my hometown bedroom. This is my childhood bedroom. I did redecorate it last year when I was home for winter break, which was super fun. Just wanted to clear that up in case anybody was confused. If you recognize recognized this bedroom before I said it and have been watching me since I lived here, you are the best. Thank you so much. Please leave me a comment if you have. Anyways, let's get started with the vision board. I have my iPad here. What I'm gonna do is just go on Pinterest. Also, look how cute my home screen is. Isn't that adorable? If you are not using Pinterest widgets, you should be. They are just the best. They're so cute. But what we're gonna do, go into my profile, I'm gonna make a new board and just dedicate it to the 2025 vision board. Here it is. I'm just gonna save a ton of pictures in here, but then I'm gonna go through this board after I'm done, and then I'm gonna choose one picture for each resolution from this board and make a collage out of those, and that's gonna be my like physical vision board. This one is gonna be more inspirational, maybe a little bit less like intentional and specific, I guess. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so I'm just gonna start going through and saving anything that inspires me. Okay, so I finished making my board and I think I had 9 resolutions, so I picked out one picture for each of those and then added in some quotes that I liked. I downloaded all of these pictures and then imported them into Canva. You can also use Google Slides for this, but I chose Canva for a specific reason that I will talk about in a little bit, but I just started rearranging them until I liked the way that they looked in the collage. And then I added this little touch that I ended up really liking and kind of pulled the whole thing together. So I took a screenshot of a solid color. I just looked up cream color and then went to images on Google, and I imported that into Canva and made it cover the entire vision board, and then I turned the opacity down to maybe like 2% or something like that. And it kind of just makes the pictures look more uniform. I've noticed that Pinterest actually does that. It kind of just helps everything blend together a little bit more, and I really liked the way it looked, so I wanted to share that. And then I just added my text. It took me forever to find a font that I liked, and that is my finished 2025 vision board. All right, you guys, my vision board is done. I think it turned out so cute. Now we're gonna do something that I have never done before, but I'm really excited about. You guys may have seen a little sneak peek in me finishing up my vision board, but you know, I wanted to have a physical copy of it somewhere in my apartment. And a fun way that I thought to do it was incorporate it into a calendar. So I've been seeing a bunch of cute TikToks of girls making calendars on Canva and just like personalizing it, adding in their own pictures, and they turn out so cute. So a couple of the TikToks that I saw left links to their templates. So I kind of merged those two and then tweaked them to just make them my own. I'll kind of show you guys. Maybe I should just screen record. Okay, so I put my vision board on the very first page, and this is actually gonna be the cover. And then scrolling down, here is January. So I'm gonna insert my own pictures in here. And then here is like the actual month. And then here is February. This one is super cute. I think I kind of redid this one from what it was originally. I'm also gonna leave links to the templates that I used. I believe the girl's name is at the end of this one, so I'll show you guys when we get there. Here's March, April. I didn't really change anything about this one. May, again, didn't really change much. June, July, I completely redid this one. I'm not obsessed with it. It's like a little bit more boring than the others, I feel like, but it'll be cuter once I add in my pictures. August, September, this is my birthday month. So of course I had to put a little cupcake, some balloons. Then we have October, November, December, and then here it is, Jacqueline Rubin. Now I'm gonna go in and add all my pictures. So I have a 2024 favorites folder. I'm just gonna airdrop them as I go, I think. Okay, so I have 2 spots to put pictures in for January. So I'm just gonna send 2 pictures from January of this year that I like to my laptop. Okay, so I'm just gonna drag this in here. Hopefully that works. Okay, so now both of my pictures are on Canva, and I'm just gonna drag them into the spots that I want them. That's adorable. I love that. That was so easy. Okay, so next, February has 2 pictures. I'm just gonna drag them into the little Polaroids. Okay, I'm just gonna continue doing this for the rest of the months, and I'll show you guys once it's all finished. All done. I'm actually gonna print this. I think I'm gonna order it right now. I am so excited about this. You can preview your calendar, which is really nice. So I'm gonna have that on the screen so you guys can see the full finished thing and what it's gonna look like with like the pages combined and everything, if that makes sense. This is gonna be so cute. Okay, I'm basically just doing some finishing touches right now and making sure that it's gonna look good once it's printed. It's definitely gonna take a minute to get here, so we might not have it for the beginning of January, but that's okay. I think I'm gonna put it on my fridge. I thought this was such a good idea because you can add in pictures that make you feel inspired from previous years, and you can even can cater each month to your New Year's resolutions if you wanted to. Also, I would definitely recommend doing the free trial of Canva Pro if you don't already have it while you're making this, because it just gives you so many more options and you can make it so much cuter. So that was all of my prep for the new year. My main focuses were my resolutions and my vision board. I really wanted to get those done because those are just things that inspire me going into the new year. But there are more videos that I want to film. I want to do like a whole reset video where I clean my apartment and get started on some of my goals and just show you guys how it's going. I need to do a lot of like clean outs. I need to clean out my closet. I just need to clean out random spots in my apartment that are just getting too cluttered and I'm holding on to things that like I don't need. Things like that. I just want to have a nice fresh start going into 2025. So those videos are coming soon. Let me know if you guys have any requests in the comments for the month of January. Also, I've said this the past couple years and I want to say it again. I don't want this to feel overwhelming for you guys at all, because sometimes when I watch these like new year reset videos, I feel overwhelmed and like I need to just change everything, that I'm not doing good enough. I don't want you guys to view it like that. I think this can just be a fun time of year where you feel motivated, you feel inspired, and you're doing what you can to keep that going and to keep up with your goals. I think if you're doing your best, that's all that matters, and that may look different for everyone. But yeah, I hope you guys are excited. I hope you're inspired, because I know I am. Thank you so much for watching and just for your support throughout the year. I am so grateful to be going into 2025 with such a supportive and amazing community of people. You guys are the best. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, don't forget to leave me requests in the comments. And yeah, that's it. Happy New Year. Bye guys.